Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Most people think they already know everything about it. A tiny, burnt, lifeless rock. But that's completely wrong. Mercury is one of the strangest worlds in the entire solar system, filled with mysteries that scientists are still trying to explain. The deeper you look, the more unbelievable it becomes. Let's begin with something that sounds impossible. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, yet it has ice. Not just tiny traces. Huge deposits of frozen water hide inside craters near its north and south poles. How can ice survive on the hottest planet? The answer is incredible. Mercury barely tilts on its axis. Some deep craters near the poles never receive sunlight, not even once. These craters have remained in permanent darkness for billions of years. Temperatures inside them drop below -170 degrees Celsius, cold enough to preserve water ice forever. Imagine standing only 58 million kilometers from the Sun, while frozen ice sits only a few hundred kilometers away. One side of Mercury experiences blazing heat, while another remains colder than Antarctica. That's only the beginning. Mercury has the biggest temperature difference of any planet in our solar system. During the day, temperatures reach around 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. But when night arrives, temperatures crash to -180 degrees Celsius. That's a swing of more than 600 degrees. No other planet experiences such an extreme change. Why? Because Mercury has almost no atmosphere. Earth's atmosphere acts like a blanket, trapping heat after sunset. Mercury has no such protection. The moment sunlight disappears, its heat escapes directly into space. It's like placing a red-hot pan inside a freezer. Now here's something even stranger. A single day on Mercury lasts longer than its year. That sounds impossible, but it's true. Mercury spins incredibly slowly. It takes about 59 Earth days to rotate once, but it races around the Sun so quickly that 1 year lasts only 88 Earth days. If you stood on Mercury, you'd celebrate New Year's Day before seeing two full sunrises. And because of its unusual orbit and slow rotation, something extraordinary happens. The Sun sometimes appears to stop moving in the sky. Reverse direction. Then continue forward again. Imagine watching sunrise. Then seeing the Sun go backwards. No other planet offers such a bizarre view. Mercury also has one of the largest metal cores ever discovered. Scientists believe nearly 85% of the planet is made of iron. Its core is so enormous that it fills most of the planet's interior. If Earth were built the same way, our planet would look completely different. No one knows exactly why Mercury has such a gigantic core. One theory suggests that billions of years ago, a massive collision stripped away most of Mercury's rocky outer layer, leaving behind its dense metallic heart. Another idea is even stranger. Perhaps the young Sun simply prevented lighter material from forming close to it. Either way, Mercury became unlike any other rocky planet, and that giant iron core creates another mystery. Mercury has a magnetic field. That shouldn't happen. For decades, scientists believed such a small planet should have cooled billions of years ago. Its core should be solid. Its magnetic field should have disappeared. Yet spacecraft measurements proved otherwise. Deep inside Mercury, part of its iron core is still molten. That moving liquid metal generates a magnetic field, although it's only about 1% as strong as Earth's. Its existence surprised scientists around the world, but Mercury's magnetic field behaves oddly. Instead of sitting neatly in the middle of the planet, it's shifted far toward the north. No one expected that. Even today, researchers are still trying to understand why. Now imagine standing on Mercury's surface. The Sun would look enormous. Almost 3 times wider than it appears from Earth. Its light would be so intense that shadows would become incredibly dark and sharp. Yet despite being closer to the Sun, Mercury doesn't have the hottest surface in the solar system. That title belongs to Venus. Why? Because Venus has an incredibly thick atmosphere that traps heat. Like a giant greenhouse. Mercury has almost no atmosphere at all. So while its daytime becomes hotter, its nighttime becomes unbelievably cold. Being closer to the Sun isn't everything. Atmospheres matter far more. Here's another mystery. Mercury has wrinkles, not tiny cracks. Planet-sized cliffs stretching hundreds of kilometers. These giant scarps form because Mercury is shrinking. As its enormous iron core slowly cools, the entire planet contracts. Imagine a grape drying into a raisin. Its skin wrinkles. Mercury has been doing exactly that for billions of years. Some cliffs are over 3 kilometers high. Evidence that the entire planet is still slowly shrinking today. Then there's Mercury's incredibly thin atmosphere. Scientists don't even call it a true atmosphere. They call it an exosphere. Instead of thick air, Mercury is surrounded by scattered atoms of oxygen, sodium, potassium, helium, and hydrogen. These atoms constantly escape into space, while new ones are knocked off the surface by solar radiation and tiny meteor impacts. In fact, Mercury has a glowing tail. Just like a comet, atoms of sodium stream away from the planet for millions of kilometers. If your eyes could detect sodium light, you'd see Mercury dragging a giant glowing tail behind it as it orbits the Sun. Very few people know that a planet can have a tail. Mercury does. The surface itself tells an ancient story. Countless craters cover the planet. Some are billions of years old. Since Mercury has almost no weather, no rain, no rivers, and almost no wind, those impact scars remain almost unchanged. One enormous crater, called the Caloris Basin, measures about 1,550 kilometers across. It formed when an asteroid slammed into Mercury long ago with unimaginable force. The impact was so violent, shockwaves traveled through the entire planet, creating strange mountains and cracked landscapes on the exact opposite side. It's as though one explosion shook the whole world. Mercury also travels faster than any other planet. It races around the Sun at nearly 47 kilometers every second. That's over 170,000 kilometers per hour. Fast enough to travel from London to New York in just a few minutes. Its incredible speed helped confirm one of Albert Einstein's greatest discoveries. For years, astronomers noticed Mercury's orbit didn't behave exactly as Isaac Newton's laws predicted. Something tiny was wrong. Then Einstein introduced his theory of general relativity. His equations perfectly explained Mercury's strange orbit. This tiny planet became one of the first real proofs that space itself bends around massive objects. Without Mercury, Einstein's revolutionary theory might have taken much longer to prove. And finally, despite being the smallest planet, Mercury may hold some of the biggest clues about how our solar system formed. Its oversized iron core, its mysterious magnetic field, its frozen polar ice, its shrinking crust, its comet-like tail, and its impossible temperatures continue to challenge everything scientists thought they knew. Mercury isn't just a small rock orbiting close to the Sun. It's a world filled with impossible contradictions, a frozen planet beside a blazing star, a planet with a tail, a world where the Sun can move backwards, and perhaps the greatest mystery of all is how many more secrets Mercury is still hiding. If you enjoyed discovering the unbelievable secrets of Mercury, subscribe to Beyond Earth for more amazing journeys through our incredible universe.